Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another BBKP session. And, today we have a fantastic trainer with us with loads and loads and loads of experience in guiding students, helping them achieve their dream. Uh, Welcome, Tamasi ma'am. Uh, before, I, I let you speak, I'll just set the tone for the session. I'll set the agenda and, the what are we going to discuss. So, how often over the last 20 years, CAT has changed and CAT has changed dramatically. Okay, less number of questions, more number of questions, less difficulty, different number of sections, 4 to 3 to 2 to, uh, you know, I can't say what's going to be here this time around, but let Tamasi ma'am throw some light there. But obviously, 3 months to CAT remains 3 months to CAT. Okay, so it was never different. It remained the same. And today what we're going to talk about is what over the last 20-25 years, and cumulatively between us, Tamosi ma'am and we have around 40-50 years of experience. So what we have seen students, what kind of students ultimately make it to the institute, how students get discouraged and leave it altogether. We'll discuss about all that. But what we've seen is, and then you can go back to the BBKP sessions. We had a student from one of the IIMs talking about how he started the preparation in August and still could manage an IIM calls and converted it. Prepared for the interview with even more rigor because he knew it. Did not have a high CAT percentile. Prepared for it with even more rigor and finally ended up, on the winning side. However, what happens is what causes pressure at this time is comparison. But the moment we start comparing with our peer group, obviously, pressure, being in a pressure situation is bound to happen, right? But I would like to say congratulations if you've been scoring different percentiles. You've not been getting a 99.9 every time. Very good. You've been preparing well. You've been taking mock cats diligently. If you one who's getting 99.9, I think over the last 20 years, we've not had a student who's kept scoring 99.9 and went to IIM Ahmedabad. Now the student have this story. The the uh, the percentiles fluctuated. However, they kept on working. They kept on working till the last day, right? With different intensity of preparation, I would say, because you cannot be really studying like 14 hours or 12 hours a day just a couple of days before CAT or in the couple of days before CAT. So, if the percentiles are fluctuating, congratulations, you are definitely one of those who has the caliber to make it to an IIM or a good B school. And however, you need to keep working and improving and seeing what is making you get those low percentiles. Okay. However, I'll not take more. We'll keep adding. I'll keep asking Tamasi ma'am questions the moment I see them appearing on the YouTube channel. So over to you, Tamasi ma'am. Otherwise, there's lots to talk, and I'll take all your airtime away. And before they beat me black and blue, I think I need to hand over the baton to you. Please, over to you. Welcome, and we're really looking forward to hearing. Uh, you know, we all the students, I think, today should be open to hearing out ideas. What suits them, what does not suit them, is a very personal thing. But being open to ideas on how I can actually, at my capability, at my aptitude, how can I maximize my score is very important, right? So I would really want you to share examples as well, how students, getting in 80s percentiles also ended up being in an IIM. Over to you at this time. And what does your experience say? And how can our students improve? Over to you, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Deepak sir, for those lovely words. Good evening, everyone. Namaste, everyone. Right? So, a warm welcome to this exciting session where we have named 3 months to CAT. Right? So, when we talk about CAT, first and the foremost, please keep it in your mind that CAT always brings some surprise package. Okay, this is the first point that you should keep with yourself. If you feel that okay, the cat pattern or the question type or whatever way I say. Because if you see the history of cat examination, prior it was 3 hours, then it turned down to 2.5, then 2 hours, and even there are multiple changes in the question numbers also. So every time there is something or the other in the cat. So be prepared with that particular quotation that I'm going for cat, and there will be surprise for me, right? Because why it is so? Because when we talk about cat, we have to understand we are trying to become management. We are going into managerial role. That's the target. And when we talk about managerial role, it requires two important things. What is that? First, you should be good with number, and second, you should be good with people. And that's what is checked through all the rounds that you pass through. If I talk about the written part where you have verbal, quant, DILR, and moving on the GDPI interview, whatever comes on your way. So first, believe in yourself. Second, sir touched a very important point. Like in this month, what happened? Now, lots of demotivation walks, right? After giving 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark also. The score is going down, the score is not going up. And many times it happens that, okay, I have performed well in the first 4 marks, and all of a sudden there is a drop down, nosedive, this sudden nosedive. How to tackle that, right? So, first and the foremost, you have to believe that it's okay. If there is a nosedive, just accept it, because until and unless you will have that nosedive every time, if it is going to be good, then what will happen? You will get overconfident, and sometime you will not get the clarity. And if you analysis little bit in depth, you will understand this nosedive happens due to many reasons. It can be the difficulty of the question, it can be the difficulty of the overall paper, it can be about your preparation, it can be like some kind of mental stamina, many things due to which this thing happens. Okay, so don't get confused, don't get nervous, because if I talk about failure, it's not opposite to success. We keep this thing in this way that failure is opposite to success, but it is not so. Failure is a journey, failure is a part of success. So जितना fail करना है mock में कर लीजिए, right? And slowly believe in yourself, because this time, if you question your self-esteem, if you question your self-efficacy, that will land you in trouble, which आपको नहीं करना है, right? Believe yourself that okay, it's fine. I need to find out why the scores are going up and down. I need to figure out that what is the point that is missing. Now, when I talk about the missing point, what things happens? Let's understand. Now, first and the foremost, the target should be maximum course coverage. There are people who are feeling, "Are ye topic to ho nahi raha, so leave it." So this concept is totally wrong till you are in that zone जहां पे आप अपना syllabus cover कर सकते हो. And the strategy क्या होना चाहिए? At least आप syllabus के basic को अच्छी तरह से देख लो. क्या पता the question can come from a very easy LOD, you never know, right? But you should know the topic, you should know your syllabus. So course coverage is something that you should not miss. बहुत टाइम हम ऐसे करते कि 2-3 मॉक दे दिया और उसके बाद मुझे लगा रही ये वाला पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक तो मेरा अच्छा नहीं है, लेट्स लीव इट. तो ये जो डिसीजन है, दैट्स एक्चुअली द इनकरेक्ट वन. Because I said you, in CAT there are surprises. क्या पता उसी particular area से easy आ जाए और बाकी जो आप करके जाओ वो difficult हो जाए, right? So course coverage is the first point. Second is obsession with the concept alone. It happens with many. वो सिर्फ कंसेप्ट पे काम करते, वो सिर्फ सिलेबस पे काम करे, कहाँ से नोट्स मिले, कहाँ से थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा मटेरियल मिले. इट्स लाइक इंफॉर्मेशन सीकिंग, राइट? And those people are somehow not into the practice part. Please note, those people are not into the practice part. What I mean, maybe they are not solving exercises, maybe they are not doing topic wise test, maybe they are not doing sectional test, and directly they're targeting mocks. So there is the gap. तो वो gap analysis आपको find out करना है. And if it is happening, immediately that thing should be changed. I think Deepak sir will also agree with me.
I'll give 2 examples. Yeah, I'll give 2 examples here. So Kohli decides to leave a short pitch ball in the one day or the T20. It was not that he had not practiced playing a short pitch ball. He had practiced it enough to know which ball to leave and which ball to play. That's very important. That's what Tamosi ma'am said in the first point which she elaborated on. That just leaving something and saying, going there and saying, hang on, I'll just leave it, that's not the correct part. Okay, so that's where I feel that you need to practice as much as you can and then go, right? Even if it's, and I'm overlapping the second one as well. Even if you're weak in the section, right? You still have a month. Hang on, at least you're not missing out something. You still have a month to improve on it. Know why do you leave it. The moment you are able to answer that question, know why are you leaving a particular topic, a particular section, then, and if you leave it at that time in the CAT paper, it's okay. Move more towards the second part. Understand, mock CATs are not a final evaluation of what you studied. Mock CATs are a part of your preparation. The moment you see them as a part of your preparation, and I'll give an example of one of the students whose strategy I really like. He said that I used to, instead of sitting for the stipulated time which was there for CAT, I used to sit half an hour before, because that's the time I am going to go to the center and sit, and my mind is going to wander. So I need to capture those thoughts and understand what happens in my mind and build up that pressure and take the paper. Okay, so that's very, very important. Take CATs, mock CATs as a part of your preparation. As Tamosi ma'am also said, the third thing which I really want to highlight is that failures are bound to happen. Okay, failures are bound to happen. Even the best of the person on a given day cannot fail, and even the best of the person who's not that good can succeed. So have that faith in yourself and keep preparing. Trust us. You cannot improve in last 10-15 days of the paper that drastically, but that change is automatically happening in your mind, in your behavior, in the way you approach the paper, if you're putting that continuous effort. If you're putting that continuous effort, still there's enough time for you to focus on your weaknesses. Please do it. Please do it. Over to you, ma'am. Yes, you asked for my view, so I elaborated with an example. Yeah, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Right. So the next, after that, what happens? There is a fear of long sectionals. There is a fear of low score, for which what happen? Again, a gap comes, right? एक दो देने के बाद हम देते नहीं है, हमें डर लगता है. So try to understand what you're scared about. You're scared about yourself. जो आपको नहीं करना है. Because this is the right time. And when we talk about CAT and non-CAT, it's about self-introspection. खुद को जानिए. आपका strong area क्या है? Weak area क्या है? Don't run away from it. Rather face it. Right? And when I say face it, it means जो मेरा strength area है, उसको मैं और strengthen बनाऊंगा. और जो मेरा weak area है, उसको मैं कोशिश करूंगा जितना हो सके the best. So next, the point is, when I talk about all this, mental planning is very, very important, because we keep on searching, we keep on asking कि क्या करना है, आप schedule बना दीजिए, थोड़ा सा guidance दीजिए, है ना? So everything has been given by the mentors, but the most important is self-mental planning. That whatever happens, sir also touched that it cannot be like I'm achieving 100 at the very first moment. It can be 80, 85, 90, 95, and finally it's 100. And it's a true fact. We cannot ignore it. I've seen many people who are so much scared, who are not performing, but they were giving mocks. They were doing everything. They were not leaving any stone unturned. They tried everything. And finally, on the D-Day, it's magic. So there is magic in this world. So believe in that. So mental planning is one step that is very important. Moving on, I'm sure who have just started, you have given diagnostic that has given an understanding where you are standing. And those who are already in the process, you have a data. Our dashboard is full of that analysis where you have every single data of every single question. And how the analysis you're doing, that's also very important. It's not about I'm finding, okay, this is incorrect, I'm doing analysis or I'm checking analysis for that. Even if you're correct, my suggestion is please go for the analysis, because you will find out maybe there is something or the other you can add on. मतलब if you feel that I have made a strategy, है ना, जैसे players करते एक strategy बना के वो game खेलने जाते हैं, है ना, if especially in football the strategy changes. right? So आपके mind अब ऐसे बनाइए that you are ready to plan for many things, A, B, C. If this is not working, I will go on this, because this is the month of August. You have still that opportunity. It may be कि आप जो strategy follow कर रहे हो, because of that your score is going low. I met people. Then it means I need to change my strategy. But अगर आप वो limitation में आ जाओगे ना कि whatever way I am planning, I'm going to do in that way, है ना? बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल लूँ वर्बल का, बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि मैं 15 मिनट्स नॉन आरसी क्वेश्चन में दे देता हूँ और बाकी का मिनट्स में आरसी में दे देता हूँ. सो दैट्स अ रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? सो थोड़ा सा स्ट्रैटेजी में थोड़ा सा एडेप्टेबिलिटी रखेंगे, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी रखेंगे, सुनेंगे, एनालिसिस चेक करेंगे, टॉक विथ योर मेंटर्स. दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम where you have to bring your doubts to the table. When you bring your doubts to the table, when you have good interaction with your mentor can guide you, right? So those things are very important. Next, I will touch the point which is very important at this stage is scheduling. Scheduling your day. I'm not telling, jaise sir ne bataya, that 14 hours, 12 hours continuous you're reading. No, not like that. It can be 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, but that 40 minutes should be a solid one, right? Second, when I talk about the reading and scheduling and mental planning, that automatically turns us into a disciplined person. So what does disciplined person mean? Discipline is everything in life, whatever you do, whether you are a professional, whether you're a student or whatever. Because once you're disciplined, you will understand, okay, these things are good for me, these things are bad for me. And when I know these things are good for me, I have to follow it. I will give you an example of reading. There are many people whom I meet and they have a hue and cry, ma'am, I'm not into reading. I'm a very bad reader. I cannot focus. I've seen people, they have changed it. They have changed. How they have changed? They started with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then slowly 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and automatically, drastically changed to 1 hour. If you see the interviews, past interviews of 100 percentiler, I guess they will share the same experience with you. That is, reading is something which is very necessary. Even if you don't solve an RC, it's okay. But you cannot skip reading. And it is suggested by all the mentors that on the final day, you must read something and you must go. That makes you focus. Over to you, sir.
No, I definitely agree. So, one is that reading is the utmost important thing. So today, even after so many years, I still go back and understand the concepts of what is to be applied, and that is very, very important, right? Newspapers should be a part and parcel of your life. Editorial sections are a part and parcel of your life. If you cannot start your day, or you allocated a particular time, you cannot do without a newspaper in a day, I think you've achieved that uh, confidence level of reading with complete focus and understanding much, much more than what CAT is going to ask you, because it's going to be a very concentrated effort in CAT. It's a very wide variety of topics which you end up reading in the newspapers. So that's very, very important. On the strategy which ma'am said, definitely. So I'll link it to what I talked about and what Tamosi ma'am also talked about initially before I spoke, was that so you understand, you identified a weakness, right? That short pitch ball is your weakness. So automatically, obviously, you isolate yourself and you say that I'm only going to play short pitch balls for or that topic which is my weakness for that much time period. And the moment you do that for a couple of hours, you start getting that confidence. However, then you need to mix it with the other kind of balls or other kind of questions and play and see what is your reaction to it, or what is your capability to solve that question. So now that needs to be very personalized kind of an effort. However, going back a little and saying that ultimately in this life, it's all about identifying your strengths and weaknesses. Each one of us is very unique, can achieve brilliant things in life, provided we understand what are we really good at, what are we good at, and what are we not good at, right? And focus ourselves there. So the moment you start moving those what you're not good at least during the written examination preparation, to the other side where what you're good at, you have more capabilities to qualify with a higher percentile, right? So that's very, very important. Please I would again like to focus that. I would again like to say that it's very, very important that you uh, perform, you improve your strengths, and you get some of your weakness in your strengths, and then approach the paper. Okay, it's going to be much more manageable. And as Tamosi ma'am started off with, you don't know which section is going to be easy, which topic is going to be easy, which topic is going to be difficult. CAT is full of surprises. So this is from my side. Over to you, ma'am.
Right. So I will continue with the point reading, because many time I come across such question like how to read, how to be an avid reader, how to turn the habit. So when we understand that, okay, everyday basis, I have to start reading. It can be 5 minutes and then I have to take it to 1 hour, right? So what does reading requires? Why we are reading? See, first and the foremost, if I talk from verbal point of view, it's very important to understand the author's intention. But if you see in general in your life, it's very important to understand from others' point of view. We are always busy with our point of view, right? But to be in that particular zone, when I talk about management, it's about understand others' perspective. So there, reading helps. So how to read? This is a very short mantra I should share with you. That is SQR3. What does it mean? That means whenever I'm reading, it should be a controlled reading, especially from CAT aspect. What does it mean? At first, I'm taking care of the survey. What is the content given? Second will be the question that should be in my mind. Curiosity, right? What actually the author has talked in the preface and how he's continuing the whole thing. Mind mapping kind of thing. Reading is all about that. Next, be an active reader. Add comments when you read. Suppose you're reading one novel, write down something, underline the words, add something in the last, right? Keep doing it. That makes you active. It will seem like कभी कभी होता है ना, 2 लाइन याद नहीं है यार, वो पेज में क्या था मुझे याद नहीं है. This happens with everyone. So be active reader. Next will be recite what you read. Any kind of doubts was is it like it got cleared? Okay, it's kind of a mental recap जिसे हम बोलते हैं. And finally, review and revise. When you follow this SQR3, it looks difficult, but actually we do it when we read. थोड़ा सा सोचिएगा, whatever we read, even if we are reading one editorial, even we read some title and then we are reading a blog, we do the same thing. And if you follow this, you will see reading will be interesting and reading will become a discovery, which is very important. Then only will understand others' point of view. Otherwise, it will be like your point of view, what I have took from the passage. So that will not work out if I talk from verbal point of view, right? And for the couple of years, last year also, we have seen that RCs are coming from different areas, philosophy, stoicism, superficial, so many topics was there. So don't make yourself limited to certain particular topics or particular website like Aeon. आज के डेट पे बहुत ज्यादा छाया हुआ है. But don't make yourself to Aeon kind of guy, okay? Be ready for blogs. Be ready for something from Harvard Business Review. Beautiful stuffs come. If you follow it, if you read it, now that will help you. Moving on, if I move from verbal to next part, that is quant. Quant में भी बहुत लोगों को डर है.
Summarize?
Yeah,
Sorry,
please.
yeah.
Please.
Can I, or I'm putting this question to you. Am I right when I say that we need to be adaptive and we need to be ready to approach new things, and that would only happen if we've studied varied kind of paragraphs. This should be the time wherein if I see a new kind of a paragraph, I should feel wow. And approach it with a lot of positivity. Hang on, this is not what I've read, and I'm going to learn from it. Okay, and if I keep doing this every day, read a small paragraph or at least a couple of pages, not a small paragraph, read at least a couple of pages, something new every day, and that is going to be very, very important. Not only would it add to your knowledge and give you a background of that topic, but it will also make you adaptable and approach new kind of stuff for if that happens in CAT. Am I right, ma'am?
Absolutely. And that will be not monotonous also. You will feel interested. You will work on your focus. And luckily, unluckily, CAT का पहला segment ही verbal आता है. तो उसमें अगर energy down हो गया तो बस सारा खेल खत्म है ना sir? So definitely we have to do that. Right. Moving, sir, then I will touch few important pointers. That is about the basic. Many time it happens. I've seen people who are targeting for always, mocks, who are targeting for high LOD things. Somehow they are missing the basic part. So if you feel that your basic is not good, still you have time. Work on your basic. Fundamentals plus trick with question. I repeat, fundamental plus tricks with question, not without question. That will help you to introspect that how much my basics pillars are strong, right? And definitely when I touch another area that will be quant, you need to be very good with the calculation speed. We worry about the areas, but have you ever thought like this a verbal mein reading important hai? For quant, speed is important. I cannot be dependent on calculator every time. I have to be good with formula, square roots, cube roots, and I'm more good with that, more accurate with that. My accuracy, my speed will increase. एंड अगर हम क्वांट का बात करते हैं, अगर आप लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी देखेंगे उतना ज्यादा तो टफ है नहीं, +10-12 स्टैंडर्ड में ही मेंटेन्ड है. सो इफ यू प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन, बेसिक क्वेश्चंस, you can follow NCERT, any of the book of your choice, है ना, have a little bit of revision, that can also help, right? Because क्वांट एक और डरावना है जिससे बच्चे बहुत डरते हैं. बहुत बच्चे हैं जो बोलते हैं कि मैम मुझे क्वांट से डर है. सो डरना तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, क्योंकि देखिए आपका अप्रोच होना चाहिए कि जो इजी टॉपिक्स है, लाइक इफ आई कंसिडर एरिथमेटिक, इट्स द इजीएस्ट वन, राइट? प्रॉफिट लॉस वगैरह अगर मैं कर लेता हूँ, इट इज मैनेजेबल. नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी विल बी लिटिल बिट विद मेंसुरेशन एंड ऑल. अगर मैं समझ लेता हूँ, अगर इजी क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, इट इज डूएबल. एंड द थर्ड, व्हेन आई मूव, दैट इज द ज्योमेट्री एंड ऑल, ओके, बट एटलीस्ट मुझे टॉपिक तो पता हो, मुझे एरिया तो पता हो, क्या पता इजी आ जाए तो. So that should be the strategy for quant. Again and again, yes sir, please, you want to add something?
Yeah, so because I've been a quant faculty for almost more than a decade.
Right, please add on, please add on.
Before I retired from there, but I'll the only thing which I like to add here is, and it's very, very simple and will make sense to all of you, is that if you can relate the question, so the question, if I give you a surety that the question that is going to be asked in the section is going to be from your material, from the Hitbullseye material for sure, I think that would be the first step of feeling confident. The second step is going to be that if you can relate the question which is being asked in the paper to where the concept was written. If you can do that, you'll always be able to solve the question. Always be able to solve the question. Third, what can otherwise happen if it's not, not exactly word to word, it's not the same question. Obviously, figures will be changed, but word to word, if it's not the same question, you need to understand how is the question twisted or changed, or what different is he asking. So definitely 99% you've done this question in the material. 1% he might just tweak it a little and try to check if you're clear with the concept, or you're not clear with the concept. So that's very, very important in quant. All that you have to do is please list down the topics. Go, and if you feel confident about a topic, you will be able to do it. If you don't feel confident about a topic, please out of everything, give 2 days to that concept. You will start feeling it. Why most of them, why summarizing, why most of the students are not good in quant is for a very simple reason. They got afraid of calculations in their before the 5th standard, right? The moment they got afraid of calculation before the 5th standard, they started feeling quant maths is difficult. Hang on. There's one verbal RC which is being written with figures, values, numerical values. It's different. Okay, you are being provided a calculator. However, just improve a little on your calculations. The quant section is very manageable, very, very manageable. That was my fundamental. I was always above 99 percentile in my quant section, always, all the papers, and for a very simple reason that I could relate where is it being asked from. If I can relate where it is being asked from, that question will never go wrong. That question will never go wrong. That's about it from my side on quant. Please, over to you.
Thank you, sir, for this valuable addition, actually.
And you feel, that passion when I speak about quant, or for that idea. But over to you, yeah.
Right. So I think we have covered all the points. Now, next pointer that we haven't talked yet, that is about the actual paper. So this is the right time where you have to figure out the past actual papers. You have to start solving them, definitely. Second, be aware about the pattern. I mean, there are people who are still not aware how many MCQ question will be there, how many theta question will be there, right? So be aware about that. Second will be when you check the past year's papers, you will have different difficulties of question, LODs of question rather. So you can practice those and you can gain your confidence from that. And especially those who are scared of verbal, who are feeling that, I'm very bad with the comprehending part, do a very simple bacho wala task, which we keep on suggesting, that just open any actual paper of your choice, pick up any paragraph, and just start writing a summary of 2-3 lines. If you can do that, that means you're not having problem with the comprehending part. The problem is somewhere else. Because every time we put the problem, हमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. क्या पता समझ आ रहा है, शायद क्वेश्चन टाइप में आप फंस रहे हो. Maybe selection of question is not done in the correct way. Maybe time management pressure में आपके accuracy disturb हो रहा है. I'm talking about all the areas, right? Maybe आपको जो लग रहा है आसान, वो आसान actually है नहीं. That's from medium level of difficulty. और उसमें आपने ज़्यादा practice नहीं किया है. So problem can be many. Maybe जो strategy आप use कर रहे हो, that is not correct. That I already touched at the beginning, right? So please figure out the problem. Where is the problem? Don't put the blame कि मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है या इससे तो ये तो मुझसे manage नहीं होगा. These are very simple ones. So that simple analysis will not work. In-depth analysis, which is given in our Hitbullseye dashboard, full of information. If you see, every question-wise analysis are given. Level of difficulty, estimated time. You will have a proper graph of it. Follow that. No need to share it with anyone, but you should be knowing that how you are doing, where is the lag, and you have to fill that lag. That is what is very much important at this stage. Now, moving on for a little bit of light and fun, especially for those who are troubled with DILR and quant, you can solve some good puzzles. That's also help. You can do a little bit of Vedic maths also if possible, right? And for English, you can definitely take help of crossword puzzles. That helps you to work on your concentration, focus, that brings fun material in your life. है ना, रीडिंग करते करते हम बोर हो जाते हैं, है ना, हमेशा सोचते यार वर्ड्स को लिखते हैं, then to remember that word becomes a challenge. So when you are into this type of activities, that will be a lighter mode of doing your preparation, taking care of your preparation, right? Over to you, sir.
No, definitely. Actually, you summarized it very well. The only thing being, please, LRDI is all about practice. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to be successful. Be open the way you are open to reading new things every day. Be open to doing new kinds of things every day. Understand this section can be very difficult. And if it's very difficult, everyone's going to face a problem. And that's where the whole winning lies, that even if you can solve a few sets and come out of it, you've done your job. You've done your job. Obviously here, less of calculations, more of understanding, more of, comprehending कहना क्या चाहते हो, is, कहना क्या चाहते हो. I always say the Three Idiots thing where, Amir Khan is standing in front of the professor and the professor says, asks him the particular thing and says that कहना क्या चाहते हो. So be it RC, be it LR, if you can understand what is he trying to communicate, you'll be able to get how you have to solve the paper, how you have to solve that set. So that's very important. So, I think I did not touch that in RC. If you can get the real, कि वो कहना क्या चाहता है, that's what Tamoshi ma'am put it, that we need to understand his point of view. The moment we try to get that when we're reading, be it RC, be it LR, DI, we will be able to solve it. But LRDI is the more you practice now. So I'm regressing a little bit. One thing which I like to say here is everyone says my background, this background, I don't have a quant background, I have an English background, I have an English background, I don't have whatever, either of the sections I've never read. But at least in LRDI, if I tell you very clearly, the more you practice, the person who's practiced the most will be able to solve it. Okay, so now your journey starts. Even if nothing's happened till now, take this as day 0 and do a couple of sets every day without with ensuring that you don't forget what you did on the previous days. Keep that record and see wonders happening in DILR. It's all about practicing a couple of sets every day and understanding how better I could have done this set. That's about it. Previous experience, at least here, quant, verbal, yes. Previous background education makes a difference. DILR, only practice every day. right? So if you're not able to do it, hang on, look at yourself in the mirror. You are the person to be blamed because you did not practice it, right? That's about it. Over to you, ma'am.
Right. So I will add on for DILR. The most important thing is it's something start with a generic topic. I feel that's how you can manage. If you feel you're getting stuck, you don't really like it's crushing you. So better you start with a generic topic and keep moving on the topics like pie chart. You know, these are coming, Venn diagram, game theory. This is coming again and again, right? That can be a strategy, and that strategy can be derived when you check some actual papers. That's why I said that check some actual papers. See from which set theory the questions are coming. And when we talk about DILR, Sir has said very rightly, it's the alien subject for everyone. And second, most important thing is building your perspective. What you are understanding, how you're looking at a set, and what conclusion you're drawing. That's what DILR is all about, right? Because it many times happens कि मुझे एक सेट करना है, मैंने तो उस पर 10 मिनट निकाल दिया और उसके बाद मुझे लगा कि नो इट्स नॉट माय कप ऑफ टी, तो वो गड़बड़ है ना? सो टू फाइंड आउट, टू फिगर आउट दैट व्हाट विच सेट इज डूएबल एंड दैट टू विद इन 2-3 मिनट्स, बाकी का टाइम जो होता है उस पे लगाओ. That's also a very important strategy, I feel. Safely, I will conclude over here for DILR, right? So that's what you need. You need to find out. You need to get the essence of the question. You need to understand what is given and what I can conclude and what I can do. Is it doable or not? Okay, not doable, let's move. That's how. That's where DILR kills actually, right? Because last time also DILR was the toughest, right? So don't get scared. और पहले से अगर आप डर जाओगे, that will be not solving your problem, because sectional is something which is an important point for CAT. So you have to give equal importance to all the sections, right? So then I will love to touch the point that is the most important is your thought cycle. I feel we have touched all the areas. Now, most important is your mental health, your thought cycle, which includes your resilience power. It means believing in yourself. Second will be innovation. Sir has also discussed that, and I have also tried to touch that. It's not like that I am following the same strategy again and again. This is the right time जहाँ पे आप थोड़ा सा trial test ले सकते हो, है ना? Like litmus paper, it will make you understand that whether it is correct or not, है ना? And the last pointer, which is very important at this stage, is productivity. Give your best. This is the best time where you have to practice. And Sir has very rightly said कि 15 days before exam इतना change नहीं आ सकता है जो अभी आ सकता है. So don't get demotivated, don't get out of the way, don't feel अरे मुझसे तो नहीं होगा, भागो मत. Face it, do it, and work on your thought cycle. Over to you, sir.
It's not over until it's over. I still recall the India-Pakistan match held at Melbourne. 48 runs required, with Virat Kohli facing the ball. Virat Kohli had not hit a six till then. 48, 3 overs. Every Indian felt as if it was over. It's not over till it's over. Maybe what lies towards the end of the section, each of the section, is the set which needs to be done. Maybe you missed it all so far. But even if India could win facing three overs from the best bowlers of Pakistan, I'm sure you can win as well. That's the belief which you need to have, right? And if those 48 runs could have been scored in 3 overs, hang on, you can also do those questions and come out with flying colors. Don't call it quits till you have not stopped, you've not come out of the exam center, right? It starts from now, 3 months, 3 overs, 3 months, last ball, be that Ashwin with that calmness who hits it over mid-off and gets those couple of runs, one with 1 run required, gets those couple of runs. That's what is winning, right? It was nothing else. Only Ashwin could have done it. Not the best batsman, but a person who worked hard, believed in himself, and got those scoring runs. India won the match, I would say, with everyone's effort, but his effort at that time in the tail for sure. So you have to be an Ashwin at the right time. You have to be aggressive like Kohli at the right time, and that's your strength. Right? You have to face it that way. It's not over until it's over. Right? Over to you, ma'am. This is it from my side.
Right. So when I talk about everything, we have I touched all the pointers, I guess, sir, right? DILR, verbal, quant, and mental and all. So next thing that most important is self-management, which we should talk about, right? So Self-management, what does it mean? First point will be self-efficacy, that whatever happens, I can make a target of 100 percentile. Don't make a target पहले से कि मुझे तो safe खेलना है 80 percentile, 90 percentile. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं सोचना है. Make a target of 100 percentile. कभी कभी तो ऐसे भी बोलते हैं बड़े बुजुर्ग कि make a target of 110, तभी 100 आता है लाइफ में. So make that target. That is very important. Next is self-responsibility. See, we can push you. Your parents can push you. We are worried about you. But the thing has to be done by you only. So your dream, your CAT, your exam, your journey to IIM, your job, your placement, everything is your responsibility, right? That's what you need to take care of. See, it's very good and very easy to get an idea. But the most difficult part is to connect the idea from point A to point B. You will see people are full of ideas, but where the planning fails. The planning fails because that connect part. We have to put that connect. A to B में कैसे जाए, B to A में कैसे जाए. So make that connection strong. I think that is very important at this particular stage. Next, read some good books. जितना अच्छा बुक्स पढ़ोगे ना, नॉट ओनली फ्रॉम वर्बल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, लगेगा वर्बल ट्रेनर यहाँ पे भी बोल रही है. नो, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एक्चुअली यू कैन डू, व्हाट आर द क्वालिटीज यू हैव, मे बी यू हैव नॉट एक्सप्लोर्ड अबाउट इट, राइट. गुड बुक्स लाइक जेन एंड द ब्रेन मस्ट रीड, राइट. कुछ और भी मैंने सोचा था, जैसे कि लर्न स्टार्टअप, very very good book by Eric Rice. It teaches us about methodology, very very important. Next thing which is very important for CAT is decision making, on spot decision making. मैंने कुछ strategy करके गया, on spot मुझे decision change करना है. So how to be good with decision making? I can take help of different interviews, advices and all, but I can read some good book like Thinking Fast and Slow. Read it and get back and tell me that how you felt like. I'm sure you will enjoy. Read some good book like How to Read a Book. You will understand that how to get connected with a book, because I give you a very simple mantra from there. But if you read it, you will understand how to actually enjoy the essence of words that will teach you. And one more good book that I must suggest you, that is Elements of Style by Whitman. Very, very famous book. It is all about your writing skill, grammar, everything gets covered under it. So I'm just giving you a few suggestions. So please read good things that will make you understand that where you are standing, what need to be done at this last particular stage. Over to you, sir.
No, definitely. It's about, please try out everything in the mock cats. Please try out different strategies. Ultimately, it's a very personalized thing. Surround yourself with people whom you can discuss what you are not good at and add value to them what you're good at, right? If someone's good in a particular topic, please go and ask your friends, okay, what is he doing? How is he doing? What different does he do? And, ultimately, the only thing being, two things are going to be very common there. Your weakness, his strength, or her weakness, your strength. There are two things which are going to be very common. One is that it was calmness, and second, there was an effort put to improve that particular thing. Either you were not calm while approaching that particular kind of question, or you had not given that sufficient time for that topic. There is no third thing which can be there. Work on it. That's about it. Over to you, ma'am.
Right. So my parting words, it will be better to say, because we have covered all the points, right, sir? Quant, verbal, yes, strategies, actuals, schedule. I hope whatever we discussed, 10% you will be start applying from tomorrow, because start with the easiest and take the smallest step. Then only you can achieve success in your life. And as sir has said, I will quote one more quotation over here. If you believe I can, you can. So believe that and walk ahead and bring lots of colors in your life. All the best, everyone. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
So I said I'll just like to quote one student, and I loved his approach. He started preparing last year in August. He was after the faculty, he was after the admin team that can I attend multiple classes in multiple batches. He knew, so what he was doing was he had written all the topics. And I touched upon it here because I'm really influenced by someone who's 20 years, at least 20, 22 years younger to me. And I loved his approach. He was not getting a good percentile. He started with mock cats also. Somebody he was not getting a good percentile, but he knew it. Which topics is he covering? He approached mock cats as if they were part of his preparation. Strategized. Took half an hour, sat before the paper was scheduled, half an hour before the paper was scheduled, went through that conditioning of his mind. Did that conditioning of his mind. Please, it's very simple. Let's not complicate it. Let's not try to achieve, and listen to what I'm trying to say here. Let's not try to achieve the level which the faculties have. Hang on, there's lots of effort gone into improving a particular topic or section. Don't get influenced by someone who's taken multiple cats to and scoring really high percentiles. These people are full in the market. You have to be a management student. You don't have to be a faculty, right? Please approach it. How do you have to prepare for the next 3 months? And then a further preparation of interview starts, which is even more difficult. I like to add here, even more difficult, because now you're competing with a student who got a similar percentile. As of today, you will be competing with a student who's also getting a lower percentile. So just get through it. Don't try to, think of achieving a high percentile, but if that does not come, see where did you land. Analyze the paper. Maybe you knew everything, you were not approaching it with a calm mind. That's about it. Okay, so see what happens to you when you thrown different kind of questions. Are you reacting differently? Are you reacting the same way? Have your own strategy. Which strategy is going to work in the final paper? You'll be all alone to face it. As of today, come discuss out with faculties, administrative staff, peer group. Most welcome. Okay, but there are umpteen number of examples I've quoted. I'm sorry, I've quoted just one student who really influenced by him, but there are umpteen number of examples within Hitbullseye wherein students became serious or got serious in August and ended up in a very, 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 very good college. So you could be one of them. That is it from my side. Do you want to add something, Tamusi, ma'am?
No, I think
Okay.
we have discussed everything, right? Just
Okay.
all the best. Take care. And please, we are ready with your doubts. Come forward. That's
Yes.
what I should say.
Approach the faculty. Feel free to approach us. Approach the administration staff. We're there to help you. Thank you so much for attending the session. Thank you so much, Tamusi, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.